All right, everyone. Welcome to MADpd 2018. We are live, and we have a gigantic panel here tonight. Thank you to everyone who's joining us, and to those of you who are watching who are trying to join and can't. 2018, we are live. It's full. We have a gigantic panel here tonight. So thanks everyone for coming. Hi, Pete.
How's it going, everybody? Thank you again for making MADpd 2018 a resounding success so far. We're really confident and happy that we have 100 educators ready to share simply one idea that makes a difference in their classrooms and for their kids a week today. I believe Derek and I are going to have a little chat at 7:30 a.m. We'll invite other people to join us. We'll launch MADpd, and then throughout the course of the day, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. EST, we'll be having presenters sharing, and you're more than welcome to join the presenters and, of course, watch live, as we know a lot of people are as well.
So. Yeah, awesome. So we're going to talk briefly about what MADpd is here, and then we've got these wonderful panelists down below, and they're going to talk a little bit about their presentations. So like Pete said, we've got 100 presenters. Time zones are not a problem, so no matter where you are in the world, there'll be a chance to get involved, because while we're using Eastern Standard Time, it's 12 hours long. So you can definitely plug in sometime between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and check out what's going on. We have a couple different tools to use here, and I'm going to screen share a bit and show you guys some things that we have going on. So Flipgrid is our main place to check things out. I'll put all these links in the YouTube video afterwards so you can check them out. You can see our code here. You can plug it right in. It's 50SZSK. And you can see all the different presentations. So like Pete said, we have our welcome at 7:30. After that, we have discussion panels throughout the day, our French presentations, and then every hour we have another block of presentations. So all the regular presentations are blocked off by time. So if you want to see an 8 o'clock presentation, you can go along here and you can see all the different options, all the presenters that are happening at that time, and you can listen to their clips and see what's going on particularly for them. And that's the case every hour. The only different way of doing it is these the discussion panels. So the discussion panels in their block, they'll say when they are. All right, we have one at 8, we have one at 7. You just have to look at each discussion panel, and they're slightly different than the presentations in that we're going to have a number of people together talking about a variety of subjects. I'm doing one on educational leadership. Pete's doing one about preparing for the test, etc. So that's going to be your headquarters for the day. That's where you're going to find out all the information of all the presenters, and their YouTube watch links are linked right there in that Flipgrid, so you can check it out that way. If you would like to actually join them and be at the bottom of their screen, like you see right now of all these 10 people that have joined us, you need to contact that presenter and ask them for the join link, because it's slightly different for that. So please check that out. The other thing to look at is on Pete's blog, Mr. C's Sharesies, best title of a blog in the internet. He has all sorts of information and links on here about MADpd. You can actually find MADpd 2017 on here as well, and all the archive if you want to check that out. There's tons and tons and tons of great videos on there. And in the 2018, there's a bunch of information here too. You can find the map, which is super cool, which shows all the presenters and where they are. Presenters, if you haven't done that yet, please add your pin to the map so we can see where you are. And yeah, so that's happening. And then the last little piece is that I just tweeted out a link for the attendees, which is a form they can fill out and let us know that they're going to come. So it's not necessary. It's not really a registration, but it's really nice to let us know who's coming, and we can connect with you and answer questions, and it can feed some feedback and stuff. So I've tweeted that out, and I'll give that link to everybody here, and they can let people know about it as well. So in a nutshell, that's MADpd.
Can I just jump in there, Derek?
You certainly may.
The beautiful thing about this conference is it's completely free. There will never be a charge. Anybody from anywhere in the world can join And we love that because we know that many people are geographically isolated or also just simply can't find the time to attend a conference. This gives you the opportunity to go to a conference from the comfort of your home, pour yourself a cup of coffee, put on your slippers, and simply move around the internet and our platform and just pick and choose. We don't want you to stay in a presentation if it doesn't work for you. Check it out. If you're loving it or it's something that you can use in your classroom, hang out for a while. If you see something that you would really like to join and participate live with the presenter, like Derek said, certainly reach out to the presenters as well, because it's always nice for the presenters to have 3 or 4 people to bounce some ideas off of as well. I know I'm doing mine on homework, how I've kind of reinvented homework in my classroom and now call it home share. So, it's my idea, and it's something that I want to share because it's made a difference for me and my students, and particularly even the parents in the classroom. But I'm always looking for feedback. So please feel free to reach out to presenters to join them as well. Last year we had over 3,000 people by the end of the day participate in MADpd. We had only 55 presenters, and the videos, the beautiful thing about this is if you miss something, you can come back because all of the videos will be archived right in that Flipgrid. So just enjoy a great day of learning and sharing. And what I want to say particularly is thank you to the 100 presenters and panel leads who we were talking ahead of time before coming on screen. We're really modeling this powerful tool and the ability to come together as educators throughout the world with one sole purpose, and that's to make a difference really for our kids, our students. So thanks again to everyone. And I think, Derek, unless you had anything else, it'd be great to hear from our presenters who are going to be presenting on Sunday.
I do have one thing to add, and that is that I made a mistake while I was giving my screen share. So you'll notice right now the camera is focused on Peter. So this is something for the presenters. If you click on another person down below, it'll focus on them. So I was focused on Peter, and nobody saw the screen I was sharing. So I'm sorry. You want to make sure when you're screen sharing, you're looking at, you've got the camera focused on you so that people can see what's going on. So hopefully now it's a little bit better and everyone can see, but I'll do a recap a little bit later. And lesson learned, make sure the camera is focused on the right spot when you are sharing. So with that, Peter, let's do that. Let's walk down and do a roll call, and let's just say who you are and what you're presenting on, and we'll start who's on the right of my screen, and that's Sandeep.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sandeep, and my presentation is going to be on my TLC, which stands for Teaching Learning Co-op. So earlier this year, I applied for a grant, and for $4,000, I received it. And my TLC project was on coding with math. And my mentor was Brian Hasmanelli. He wrote Codebreaker. I don't know if you all know him. Obviously, he's
All right, good stuff. So next we have Sarah. Oh, maybe we don't have Sarah.
Derek, can I just jump in for a second?
Yeah,
it seemed like when Sandeep was speaking, you were still Sandeep was still the thumbnail, and you were still in the center of the screen.
Really? Which is Dean in the front right now?
No.
No, it's not Dean.
Oh, it's Derek. Now, what if you muted your mic and then Dean unmutes? Would that pull Derek away and Dean up?
Pete, when I go to the watch link, I got Dean up in front and center.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, cool.
And maybe I was wrong. Maybe.
It's all right. I still like you.
Okay.
All right, Dean, go for it.
Great. Can you hear me okay?
Hear you great.
All right. So my name is Dean Venderman. I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, and I teach high school math to grades 9 through 12. And I'm a MAD vet, so I'm really excited to be back here and a part of it. And this year I'm going to try 2 presentations. My first presentation at 4 Eastern is going to be on how I use formative assessment in my class. And in particular, I use a tool called Go Formative, which is amazing. So I'm also lucky to be a formative certified educator. So I was able to get a panel put together of other formative certified educators. And we're going to share our one thing that makes a difference in our classroom using formative. It's a great tool, and we're going to talk about formative assessment a little bit. And we're going to go around and share a variety of different topics from different subject areas. So we're looking really forward to that. So we got a Crackerjack group set up there. And at 5 Eastern, I'm very lucky also to be a Minecraft global mentor. And so I'm going to do the same thing there. I know a lot of other Minecraft global mentors. So I've got people like from India signed up for this one and we're going to share our one thing that makes a difference in our class using Minecraft as a tool. So I'm really stoked. I'm really stoked about trying to, like last year when I did it, I was kind of solo. I had a partner with me, which is great. It's really great if you can add somebody with you. So this year we're going to go around the horn and share great things and share resources and links and hopefully answer some people's questions. So one on Go formative assessment, and another one on Minecraft.
And you were a busy guy. That's fantastic.
Looking forward to it.
We're glad to have you out with all that awesome information. It's going to be great. Karen.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Karen. I'm from Ottawa, and I'm new. This is my first time doing any kind of presentation, so I'm not quite sure of how everything's going to go on. But I have 3 apps that I'm using in my classroom that I found have made a big difference in just the collaborative nature of education with the kids. And the big one is Book Creator. So I'm looking forward to presenting that to people. Book Creator, Flipgrid, and Kahoot. So that's what we're doing there.
Awesome. And Karen and I work together, so I can vouch that she is 100% awesome. And we're excited. Just one of the reasons that Pete and I do this is to bring people on that haven't done presentations before. We think that it's a really great opportunity to step in the door. So we're excited for you, Karen, and everybody else that's doing it for the first time. Not that we don't appreciate you, Dean. We do. All right, Erin, do you want to unmute your microphone and tell us about yourself?
Sure. I'm Erin. I'm from Northern California, and I'm doing a presentation, my first one, on podcasting in the classroom. And this is awesome for me because I don't have a lot of colleagues around me physically to consult. So my online community is my community. So thank you for giving me that other opportunity. So for podcasting, what I did this year was I grabbed my other science teacher, and we collaborated on a project where they created a 3-act episode where each of the acts, so student teams of 3, each of the episodes or each of the acts came together around a common theme. So they had to collaborate on that. So we built this, it's about a 2-month-long project that now if I had to do it over again, there's some things I would change, but I worked out all those bugs, hopefully. So that'll be my presentation.
Awesome. Podcasts are near and dear to my heart, so I'm excited for that. Cassandra. You are muted, Cassandra.
Yeah.
There we go. We got you now.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't expecting to go next.
No worries.
So I'm leading a panel at 10 Eastern, which is 9 Central, and so I'm going to be talking about how I've had to be very intentional about how I changed the culture of a school that has had leadership turnover for the past 4 years. So, here is another new person coming in and having to talk about, the decision-making skills. And I'm going to be inviting some aspiring assistant principals to talk about, the ideal, when I get my school versus what are some actual barriers and challenges that we'll have to face and how we make those decisions on how we move forward. So I've enjoyed my first year though, so hopefully I'll get to share some of our celebrations as well.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. Sounds like a great share.
That's about it.
Excellent. Sounds like a great share. Looking forward to that. Carlo, you're next.
All right. Thank you, Derek. It's been a hectic week. Can Connect was this week, and
yeah, it was.
Had a couple of presentations there, and then we just had our Echo CS contest on Saturday, and I actually missed your email until about an hour ago. So I'm happy to be here. So I have 2 talks next week. The first one is a panel discussion at noon, and basically my question is, should we be having marks still? As we talk about formative assessment and whether or not marks at this point, as we try to work on intrinsic motivation in students, whether or not we should still be pursuing that pathway. And I've decided to bring people in and just ask some questions and see some opinions from some colleagues, both administrators and teachers. The second one is talking about digital footprints. And it's been something that a lot of people want to talk about, especially with the Cambridge Analytica issues that have been going on. A lot of people are asking questions about online security, not only for themselves, but for their students. So I'm hoping in 15 minutes I can get people interested in some of the things that are going on and maybe make things a little better for themselves and for their students. What I am going to do right now is I'm going to drop out of the Hangout and let someone else in afterwards.
All righty. Thanks, Carlo. Appreciate it. There you go. You heard it here first. One spot is opening up. So if you're trying, you have the link. Do it now. Carlo.
I'm going to do the same. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Cassandra.
Okay. Hi, I'm from Dominican Republic. I've been a language arts teacher for about 25 years. I've been working with Writing Workshop and giving, conferencing with kids, giving them a lot of feedback. And I've always come across the same problems. That is, they don't really seem to always take that feedback. And so I often get a second or third draft that sounds an awful lot like the first one. And I think a lot of language arts teachers have this problem. So we go home for the weekends and spend 12 hours giving feedback on kids' work, only to find that they really don't make good use of it. So I found that by flipping the feedback, changing my classroom schedule around, so basically the kids are in charge of the class, I can make time to sit down and really do more in-depth feedback with the students, where rather than telling them what they should do or what they should change, I can ask them questions and have them discover what they can do. And it has made such a difference in the writing that they do. It's really empowered them. And basically they started saying, Carla, you have to go and teach all the other teachers how to do this. It's so much better. So I want to share this with other teachers so that they can also empower the kids and at the same time get their weekends back.
Excellent. I like it. I'm going to tune into that one, let me tell you. That's great. Someone else has joined whose title is The, and I'm not sure what her name is.
The Beast.
It's the Beast. Oh, it's The Beast. It's not just
I
The.
wanted to see the Beast.
There are usually 2 of us.
You don't look that scary, Beast.
No.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Like you've been trying to join us for a while, am I right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you got in, and we've discovered there's a cap. Who knew? 10 people is the maximum. So, The Beast, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit of what you're up to on MADpd?
So I'm only one of 2 people. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. Andrea Kerr, she is at home with her small children, getting them to bed on a Sunday night. So we write a blog called The Beast because learning is a beast. And the 2 of us have spent 3 years working together, but really now what we've really figured out is that we don't know. And we have to own the not knowing and listen deeply to people's stories.
Excellent.
And that's what we learn.
Oh, there you go. I'm looking forward to that. That's great. I'm glad that you could make it in and check us out. We also have Yvette that has got in as well. Hi, Yvette.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
We can.
I've been having some technical difficulties, so I think I've been kicked out 3 times, so I apologize if you lose
You're
me.
in now. You're doing great.
Yay! So my name is Yvette, and I am from New York, about half an hour outside of New York City. And I'm actually going to be talking about student-engaged assessments. So we often talk about how heavily tested students are and how much data people are collecting. And I actually think data is a great thing when we use it to inform our practice and to really get to know our students. And so there's lots of components to student engaged assessment, but I'm primarily going to be talking about learning targets and student-led conferences. So there's so much power in students really taking the driver's seat and becoming leaders of their own learning. And so my presentation is really going to be about how we get children really involved in setting their own goals and making their own path, let's say, for their learning.
Excellent. That's great. Pete, this looks fantastic. We have a pretty awesome lab of folks here.
I am so stoked already. I can't wait for next Sunday. And thank you again for everybody for just taking the time. Just a bunch of passionate educators wanting to share. And I think I love the idea too. We have the focus. I know I always go to a conference, and when I go to a workshop, I'm just hoping to come back with one thing from each workshop. And our intent then is to have educators, and I hear you all talking so passionately about what you want to share. You know, Carla, your idea of flipping feedback, I can hear the passion and the excitement about how much it's made a difference in your classroom, and in turn in you sharing, we're hopefully, well, it's the whole intent, right, is to make a difference really for our students. So completely pumped, and thank you to each of you. Very humbled, actually.
All right, so do we have any more housekeeping to finish up here before we end this off, Peter?
I think just want to let the presenters know that we'll be reaching out to you. This is a very good example of what a MADpd session will look like. Derek has done some screen sharing. We have, you know, obviously have had a maximum of 10 people joining as well. And just want to remind people that you can really participate in 3 ways, right? You can participate live on screen with the presenter. You can certainly watch the live link, and then you're probably going to be overwhelmed with the number of greatness being shared, and you're going to want to come back and see some more presentations, so they'll all be archived as well. Are there any questions from the presenters? We'll be sending you more emails throughout the week, Derek, with his tech videos. And
so people that are typing in, you just type and then you get a comment up there?
So if you're in the room right now, if you're presenting with us, that comment screen is private, so no one else can see that except for everybody that's logged in. But those who are watching on the watch link, they just type and it shows up there and it's public, so anybody can see that.
Oh, okay. This is the link up here.
Yeah. So right now, Carlo is just mentioning some stuff on there, and I mean, as you fall down the link, you'll see different people talking, and I've been communicating back a little bit, though I have been a little bit slow.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
So while I was getting kicked on and off, I had the watch link also. Does that affect the feedback though? Because like every time I had it on while I was trying to connect to this group, like there was some feedback. Is that going to happen the day of the event, like, or should I watch it on a different device?
There's a 5-second delay from what we're saying to what's on the watch link, and so you'll hear it. So what you just do is mute the watch link.
The watch link. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
The video will be happening, but you won't hear any of the noise.
Okay.
Might want to also suggest too, I'm not muted. Sometimes, depending on the number of people that you have on, you might want to have, if you're presenting, you might want to have your participants mute their mics. It can help sometimes.
You don't hear them turning pages and shuffling and typing and things like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who was it? Aaron was suggesting we try to do the wave. I don't know if that's possible. We make that happen along the bottom. All right. So thanks everyone for coming out, and thanks for everyone who's watching the live link. And 1 week today, MADpd will be launched, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.